What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Max Baker, back at it once again with another Dead by Daylight video. And if you're like me, you're probably tired of being Bloodpoint poor. So I want to show off both a killer build and a survivor build that I've been using to basically get nearly double blood points, even if I play poorly. So the killer one we're going to talk about first is a build that I got off of a Spooky Loops video. That guy is an insane gamer, dude. The things that I've seen him do on this game are unreal. So shout out to Spooky Loops for this build. It can really apply to any killer, but specifically we're using Leatherface because there's a way that you can kind of get around his add-on that we're going to use that is a detriment. And we'll get to that when we talk about the add-ons. But first of all, let's go over the perks because, like I said, this can be really applied to any killer that you want. So the first perk on our shopping list is good old barbecue and chili. It makes it so that after you hook a survivor, you can see all the other survivors for 4 seconds as long as they're within certain distance. Going off the tier 3, it's 40 meters, so that's pretty far. However, the special part about barbecue and chili, and the reason why I hear so many people recommend that this is the first teachable perk you unlock. So the first time that you hook each individual survivor, you gain a stack of barbecue and chili, and this is going to give you 25% bonus to all your blood point gains in that match. Now at tier 3, the cap of this is going to be 100%, so obviously every survivor gives 25%, that adds up to 100%. So you really want to go for the tier 3 of this because you see the difference between the tier 1 only having a cap of 50%. So yeah, this is going to be huge. You want to try to get this ASAP. Just get everybody individually on the hook once. And I should mention that, like I said, since this is the first perk that I got recommended to unlock, you get it on Leatherface's Blood Web at 35 as a teachable. So you unlock that, and then it can appear in your other killer's Blood Webs, so you can have it on them as well. Next perk is very simple. We're using Distressing as well. This basically just increases the size of your terror radius, but it also gives you 100% bonus blood points for actions in the deviousness category. And a lot of the things from deviousness come from using your power, really. So this is going to add up really, really quick. Next, also very simply, like Distressing, we are using Beast of Prey. And this is going to basically make it so when you enter Bloodlust after chasing somebody for a while, you get that nice speed boost. It makes you undetectable, which could be kind of interesting for some mind games. I don't know. But the reason that we're using it is because it gives you 50% extra blood points in the Hunter category, which is all about chases, starting chases, ending chases, that sort of thing. This is another one that's going to add up really easily. And this one comes from the Huntress at level 30. So that's another one that you want to dump some blood points into to get for your other killers. So finally, and probably the most complicated perk that we're using, is Hex Thrill of the Hunt. This is another baseline perk that you don't need a teachable version of. It can just show up on the Blood Web whenever. Basically, every totem that's on the map gives you a stack of this. For each stack that you have, it lowers the speed at which survivors can cleanse or bless totems to set up Circle of Healing, whatever. Get rid of your totem, which is something you need to watch out for because you can see the aura, so you can defend it, but sometimes you got other priorities. This is going to make it take a little bit longer for them to cleanse it. But the reason that we're using it is because it gives a stackable 10% bonus to blood points in the Hunter category, and that doesn't sound like much, but you realize that the tokens add up. So it goes up to 50%. This is going to give us 100% total with Beast of Prey. Need to really watch out for is survivors cleansing it, because you can see where the totem is, so you need to be able to defend it. So those are the perks, and like I said, obviously once you have the teachables, they can be applied to whichever killer you like to play the most. However, we are going to be using Bubba for this because he does have a nice little setup with an add-on that gives him extra blood points that we can put another add-on with that kind of negates the negative that it gives us. So the bonus blood points that we're getting is from the speed limiter, and what this is going to do is give us 100% bonus points for chainsaw hits specifically. So this isn't really something you want to M1 with and use as hammer. You want to use the chainsaw as much as you possibly can. And you're probably thinking, well, that's great. His chainsaw is a one-hit kill, basically. But no, with the speed limiter, it makes it so you only injure people the first time you hit them with the chainsaw. You have to hit them twice to put them in the dying state. Now, there's a couple things that we can do to fix that. For one, I didn't know this when I started playing Bubba. As soon as he starts the chainsaw sweep, once that bar is full, you can let go of the button. Because even without add-ons, what you can do is you can click it again to extend the chainsaw sweep for a couple seconds. That's what those charges are for, okay? So you can try to sneak in an extra little hit, maybe if the guy's getting stuck on something as he's trying to run away. I don't know. But what we're using to counter this super nerfed chainsaw with speed limiter, and that's going to be his ultra rare iridescent flesh add-on. What this is going to do is whenever you hit somebody with the chainsaw, you get all your charges back of the extended chainsaw sweep. It also says that it limits the maximum duration of his tantrums. That's because, in theory, if you keep hitting people with the sweep, you can just keep going and going and going and going and going. So you're not locked into a giant tantrum for 15 seconds where you can't really move. At least that's my understanding of it. I haven't really scientifically tested his tantrums, especially because I'm out of iridescent flesh at the moment. So I have also just been running this without the iridescent flesh and with only the speed limiter, and it's just working out okay. You can still do it. I know obviously it's ultra rare, so I don't expect everybody to have it every single game, so you don't necessarily need it. It just really helps out with the nerf that you give yourself from the speed limiter. So yeah, that's going to be it. Obviously for your offering, you're going to be wanting using Survivor Pudding or just whatever the best Bloodpoint offering you have. There's literally no reason not to use them. Unfortunately, like I said, I am out of the iridescent flesh, so I can't show you the build in full right this very second, and it's also 15 minutes until 2 o'clock, which is when I usually have my uploads ready. So you see the problem. It's either put this one up right now or just not have a video today. So I want to get a gameplay of this as soon as I get my hands on some more iridescent flesh. I want to have the Survivor version of a Bloodpoint farming build that I've been working on, and it's going to be a good time. So make sure you subscribe, like the video, comment, do all that YouTube stuff. I will see you guys in the next video.